Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Bob Gallery, and it's just a great joy for me to be with all of you here this evening for our Neighborhood Excellence Awards. Tonight, we will select two Boston area non-for-profit organizations who are granted this year's Neighborhood Builders Award for their contribution to the community and their commitment to improving the neighborhoods where they do their work. United Teen Equality Center. I would say when I look at the respondent list, you guys had this not. I mean, you just, which is awesome to commend. UTEC is located in Lowell and is run by teens for teens, provides educational programs, GED preparation, cultural activities, and community outreach programs to at-risk youth in the community. UTEC will use the Neighborhood Builder Grant to develop the Street Worker Training Institute, which will allow community agencies throughout the country to learn best practices to implement in gang intervention programs in their own communities. Grant funds will also support development of a leadership training program specifically designed for youth staff. I am honored this evening to welcome Greg Crato to join us this evening and accept this grant. Greg?
I'm actually going to introduce Kevin Valdez. Just going to start it off and just give a little bit of a light into the type of work we do at UTEC. So Kevin's a spoken word artist.
I'm just up here basically to, basically I'm going to say one day I was just like in the streets. All I do is rap. That's what I'm about, just rapping. And one day I was in the streets rapping, and UTEC come up to me and say, why don't you do this at UTEC? And I'm like, what's UTEC? They explained to me what's UTEC and everything. And they said I can rap at UTEC. So I went to UTEC, and now I'm in a poetry group and everything. So now they want me to come here and perform something for you guys. Just a little something. A star was born and he is right here shining. The little man, but the little man be rhyming. No fitters, nope, I'm not rocking no MJs. See, I'm the boy who kick flows like sensei. Only attitude, UTEC got choose. So now I'm trying to prove what we're trying to do. Now I'm thanking you. Young kept the kids unsigned. Watch me run the wine. And I wait them up at lunchtime. Cause this is a United Teen Equality Center. All we trying to do, man, is just make the streets better. School's first, and I ain't trying to act mean. Peace on my mind, and I'm only 14. It's just a UTEC thing. We're repping UTEC things. Thank you.
UTEC. I've also put together a little song, a little dance ensemble. If you run by, I'm going to do it, just try to kidding. Staff are horrified. In all seriousness, I want to first thank Bank of America for this prestigious honor, and also St. Francis Home for, we apologize for taking over the stage, and all the other awardees. Given the difficulty of trying to encapsulate all we do at UTEC in a minute or two, I'd rather just maybe share one of the moments, one of the many moments that I've been most proud of being a part of UTEC. And this particular moment happened in response to a homicide where we lost a young person who was shot and killed in downtown Lowell. And this was a moment when young people stood up and they organized their own march. They organized their own peace vigil. And it was a moment where one young man by the name of Joshua created a slogan that he also became emblazoned on t-shirts. And there was a sea of white t-shirts that walked down Merrimack. And the slogan was simply on the front of the t-shirt, it said, "Stop killing." And on the back, it said, start talking. And these were and when we got all the young people together, they spoke with so much passion, so much emotion. And we talked about how it doesn't matter if a young person is gang involved. It doesn't matter if they're court involved. The only thing that mattered was this young man was 19 years old. He was 19 years old, and he was taken far too early, and we can never, ever just consider this to be a normal part of our community. Too often we throw around the labels of gang involved, court involved, whatever involved. Yet the irony lies in the fact that many of these young people we were labeling actually are not involved. And so our mission is to really reach out to those young people, particularly the older teens, those who are too often overlooked and labeled as such. And these are the young people working at UTEC that create peacemaking summits, that help design their own alternative high school, that create a catering business, that create their own bills with our partners down in the State House. These are young people that help us create a pathway from peacemaking to political action. So we had to, I get the privilege of, when we get awards, to get the first call or to be invited to provide the first words. But really, these are the young people and the staff, and half our staff are under the age of 21. All of our staff back there say, what's up? What's up? So I have a very fortunate job that I'm a part of this great family. And so we brought our family here, and I'd like to have folks join me in thanking them and acknowledge them for all the work, because these are the folks that make it happen. So this award actually came at a great moment. It's, has a ton of perks with it. But the one thing actually, it comes at a great moment in the midst of all these fiscal crises. At UTEC, we just purchased an old building. And the heat costs are very shocking to us. So a lot of talk around the center right now is, Greg, when are you going to turn the heat on? When are you going to turn the heat on? And I'm like, it costs $3,000 a month. That's $750 a week for the heat. That's a lot of money for us. So tonight, in addition to the $200,000 and all the professional development, I'm pleased to say that effective this week, the heat will be turned on. So we've been very fortunate to also be part of the planning process along with the leadership of Ron Bell in the governor's statewide youth council. And a few weeks ago, the governor had the swearing-in ceremony. And he challenged the young people there. He said, build as large a tent as you can and invite as many folks into it as possible. Our tent happens to be an old church building, but we invite as many new partnerships, as many new ideas, and as many people to join us in Lowell. And let it be said, because Lowell's not that far away. Many people think like it's going from like Boston to Bolivia. It's only like 34 minutes away if you drive around the speed limit. So thank you again to all the awardees. Congratulations to all the awardees. Thank you to Bank of America. It's a prestigious honor. We guarantee that we will leverage this to the absolute fullest, and we appreciate all your support.